Oh man, my hometown, Waimanalo, in Hawaii, on the island of Oahu. A day in Waimanalo is pure fun. You know, you wake up every morning and you have the beach right in front of your house or your backyard or wherever you're at in our city or little town. Um, Everyone knows everybody. You know, your uncle's probably the only cop in the city. You know all the firefighters, but a lot of aloha, a lot of guys that we all grew up together. It's like the Sandlot. You know, we all play football together. We all play basketball. One of my favorite pastimes was playing basketball, pal basketball at our gym, Wamanalo Gym, which is unfortunately at the time shut down. But I plan on making a change in that and doing something about that in the coming future. Um, uh, Giving back to my community in some kind of way because without that I probably would have been the athlete I am today. So yeah, Wamanalo, man. The nickname for it is God's country, but you know, everybody believes where they're from is a part of a bigger, grander scheme. So grateful to be part of such an amazing community in the city um, on the east side of Oahu, man. Where there's a bunch of great guys with talent, football, basketball, baseball, MMA for sure. But yeah. Oh man, what I remember the most, um, like when I think about it, I just remember the the chickens, you know, um, that sound of the chickens waking you up, and you know being able to go down to the pretty much only kind of grocery store in the city, and with my grandmother and my grandfather every day, and being around my grandfather all the time. I think that for me was a huge impact. I mean, and he really got me going to the gym. He would walk with me. We didn't live far from the gym. It was probably half a mile away from the house that I grew up in. Um, Me and my grandfather, who's passed away now, he's pretty much like my dad too. Um, we used to walk to the gym all the time, and he would always talk to me, teach me things, and you know, give me those life lessons on the way. And I'd go play basketball or football or go box or learn how to do capoeira, something that my gym head was trying to do in the community for us. And for me, I think that's probably one of my favorite pastimes in the city is being able to grow up in a community like that at the gym too. The gym was the main part about it. Um, Doing whatever was we were able to do at the time. I think everyone. I think even myself sometimes. But in reality, my wife, who's made an enormous impact on my life, the biggest impact in my life. I don't think she'll be surprised because she always used to tell me this is the person I truly was, and I believed it, which is how I ended up in this position. My grandfather, I think, you know, for him to be able to see me do the things now, I think he'd just be able to be surprised because he just to see it. But he loved me like no other, and he believed in me, and he knew what I was capable of. I think surprise is more just my family, you know, with the restaurants and with me fighting, and you know, um, I think everyone, man. Like, I think for sure my teachers in school. um, I got to actually meet one of my teachers out here. She lives out here now, and she was like, "What?" She couldn't really believe it, and you know, to be able to do the things I do now, I'm super blessed and fortunate, um, and just blessed really to be able to do the things I do, impact the people's lives that I do, um, have some kind of voice for some people, especially for my community. I think is a huge thing. I think my whole city surprised me because kind of like Aquaman, you know, I got to earn my way back, and I was a little bit of a knucklehead growing up, but I think that's what made me who I am today. So I think just everyone who's ever known me before, I think they have to get to know me again. Anyone who's known me before, I think I'm a different person now. I'm blessed for it, and yeah. Oh man, being Hawaiian for me is it's I'm super proud. Um, just because growing up in Hawaii and growing up in what we would call the mainland is so completely different. The food, the people, the style, how we treat each other. You know, Hawaiian culture in itself, as you can see right now, how we're all on the Mauna, um, protesting TMT right now, and how we're sticking together with such a small island, and how many people come out and support. I mean, being Hawaiian, you see all the guys like BJ Penn, you see the guys like Brad Tavares, you see the guys like um, Russell Doan, just Mark Tupas, and of course, how could I even not name him the top? Max Holloway, probably the greatest featherweight of all time. I mean, you see how we fight, and being Hawaiian, I think we're lovers first, fighters second. We're warriors. In our blood, is fighting is just it's in our blood. Like the Mexican way of fighting, man. Like it's in our blood just to fight. And so for me, the Hawaiian culture not just infiltrates and it helps me become the man I am in terms of how I treat people, but it's also just with my life and how I live it. My kuleana for my life is to spread aloha, take care of my ohana, and to be the best person I can be. And I think fighting is one of the best ways that we can do that. As you can see, all the fighters, how we make our name is through fighting and through athletics, as well as our creative talents that we have. But my kuleana for my life is to get that belt. And kuleana, for those that don't know our language, it's like my obligation, my responsibility. I don't like to use the word obligation because sometimes obligations don't sound too positive, but for me it's my responsibility, especially being, the chief of my family, on my grandfather's side, the oldest, and all my younger ones that's after me. That word really sticks with me, and I have to remind myself every day when I get up at 5 o'clock a.m. is that's my kuleana that I promised my wife I would become the UFC heavyweight champ. And with that, I can do so much more than just be a champion. I want to be a voice for my people in Hawaii. So, Hawaiian culture has definitely played a really big part, if not the biggest part of my life. Man, first, I think size, obviously. A lot of these guys, Max, BJ, they're a lot smaller guys. They're 55ers and 45ers and 35ers. BJ did fight 70, but I'm a 265er. I'm a heavyweight. Like Travis Brown. We're bigger for sure. What separates me is that I tend to like to put on. Well, I can't really say this much other than just size. I mean, I fight fluid, flow. Let everything come to me naturally. High volume. Like I think that's one of the best things that I have as a heavyweight is just the volume, as well as my conditioning. I'm gonna come into that to fight condition. My coaches wouldn't allow me. That's not how we do at our gym. And at least there's one thing that I know in a fight is that I may not be better than you, but you will not outwork me. You will not be better conditioned than me. That's something that I control. I can't control that I'm not a D1 prospect. I'm not an Olympic level wrestler. I'm not an Olympic level boxer. I'm not any of those high, standard high caliber guys. But what I can beat you in is my work ethic and how hard I'm willing to work and the volume which I'm ready to put in and the nonstop pace. So for me, being a heavyweight that can do that, that's probably one of the things that's different. Also, that a lot of these fighters are come out of the west side of Oahu. I'm coming out of the east side, and a lot of people don't know about Waimanalo. So one of the guys that come from my city, his name is Isaac. He represents kind of Waimanalo. Kalel Kwan, big mentor for our city, big guy, big name. My family's connected with him. I'll probably be getting some work in with him when I go back home. He's kind of a big deal, but we come from the east side of the island. They're from the west side. Everybody knows Waianae, Yancy Maderos, Max Holloway, like all these guys are from Waianae. I'm from Waimanalo on the east side, and it's the same way, one way in, one way out type of deal. That's one thing that makes a difference. Oh, and I think the biggest thing is that, which I think it's a little bit difficult for me, is that I didn't stay home. I didn't stay in Hawaii. I moved to the mainland, and I tried to pursue my dreams and my aspirations to be a better person. And I'm fighting not necessarily in Hawaii, fighting out of a gym in Hawaii. I'm fighting out of North Carolina and trying to do it big but there's tons of Hawaiians here. I think for us, Hawaiian is not just aloha is not just being in Hawaii, being Hawaiian. It's also like how you are as a person. So me being Hawaiian here in North Carolina, spreading the aloha here, however I can, I think is one of the difference that I'm not just in Hawaii. I'm everywhere for everyone. But yeah, no shade thrown at all. Like those guys set the tone, and guys like me, we just follow, and we're all one team. Team Hawaii is what it is. One people kind of deal. So that's about it that makes me different from them. Oh man, the biggest thing I tell people all the time is that I didn't really choose fighting. Fighting chose me. I mean, I played basketball, football, baseball, volleyball. Probably the two best sports I was gonna probably say would be basketball, football. If I probably would have put a little bit more, drive into it, I could, I'd probably say that's also one of my best sports. Just, but athletic sports period, I would just naturally be able to play. Baseball, volleyball took a little bit of a learning curve. But growing up in Hawaii, guys play volleyball all the time, and they're ridiculously good at it. So for me, athletics make a impact on how I'm able to fight nowadays. So in that aspect, those sports like that. But I did box, when I was younger, in Detroit when I lived in the mainland. That helped me a lot. Those other sports, going to the beach all the time, I could swim my behind off. Going to multiple camps. I mean, I've just been an athlete my whole life. I think my biggest issue was work ethic, but that's something that I live and die by now. Is my work ethic. So, I mean, yeah. Hmm. In the beginning, I was like, "Wow, this is weird," but I'm super super grateful for it now. Um, it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. Being 19 and in love, being with a girl who's 18. Going into our 20s together. I think that's what made us so strong is that we started so young in a nucleus that ended up blooming and evolving into this beautiful thing and strengthening. Getting married, I think we didn't have a wedding. We just got it at the courthouse. But I think, like I tell people now, a lot of young adults that's trying to get married young or looking to get married in the future, I said, look, one of the things that I loved was that it made us stick together and be passionate. We were young and we were wild, but we were doing it together. We are learning together. So as we got older, it was like we learned, together, and that allowed us to grow together and be better people together. And allowed me to mature faster. And I'm always grateful for it because, like, I didn't have to worry about going out and girls and issues and stuff like that. I'm in a point of maturity now in my life where, like, I'm not really fazed by those things because I was married for so long at a young age, and it just made me better. And it just grew. It makes me love my wife so much more, knowing that I seen her as a young adult at 18, 19, 20, 21. We were married before we could drink alcohol, and now 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. When my wife passed at 26 and I was 27, it was just like, wow, man, just the amount of knowledge and gained experience that is irreplaceable.
You mentioned your wife a lot on your social media, and we can see that you're very proud to display your love for her. What would you like to say to her now, as far as where you've gotten in your career?
Woo! You're definitely trying to make me drop a tear or two here. Oh man. If I could see my wife now or talk to her, I'd be ecstatic. Just to even hear her or have her address me. I'm not done yet. I made you a promise, and I will keep that promise if it's the last thing I do on this earth. And without you, this ship doesn't sail. You are the blessing. You're the impact. You are the chosen one to help me and reform me. I tell people all the time, this is like Grease. I'm Danny Zuko and you're Sandy, and you were the spark. You were the girl willing to dance with the devil, just to give him a shot and making him change. No one believed in you, but you believed in me, and now I'm making a believer out of us. I love you more than life itself, and when I hold that belt, and I'm able to make impacts in people's lives that we always talked about doing, it still wouldn't be worth it, but lives will be changed, and I think you'll be happy that when it was your time, it was all worth it. I think you would do it over again, knowing who you are, and of course I wouldn't, but I love you with everything that I got, and we're just getting started. If you see what I got now, just imagine me, 5 years later. I want people to use me as an example of how you should be a husband, how you should love your wife, and how you should treat those around you, and that, like we started in our foundation, is defeated, not defeated. I didn't lose you. I may have lost you physically, but I know you're there with me, and when they get hit with that right hand, That's you right there. We do this together. We're a team, as we always been. You are TST. People don't know you started Too Strong. So, I love you, honey, and we're just getting started. It's our time now. I think people have to understand this. Whatever you believe, whatever you want to do, if it's put in your vision, if it's put in your mind, if it's put in your heart, the universe believes that you can do it. If it didn't, it wouldn't give you that dream or that aspiration. So I would advise anybody out there, or I would motivate anybody to, if the UFC is in your goal, do it. And if the UFC is in mine, I mean, I get visions. I get like goosebumpy. I mean, I've been watching fighting forever. I love fighting. Period. You'll catch me watching. I watch fighting all day. I'll be in the gym all day. I love fighting. Do I have what it takes for the UFC? Yes, I do believe so. I think I have more than what it takes. I just have to beat me, right? There's no one that's going to beat me but me. I'm not fighting against anybody out there. There is no competition. Like, I'll fight anybody in a heartbeat. I tell my coaches this all the time. I'll fight anybody in the back of Valley for free, you know? It's about respect at the end of the day, and I love fighting. Do I have what it takes? For sure. I just have to beat the person that I'm trying to beat, right? I'm not in competition with Stipe or DC. I love those guys, especially DC. He's motivated me to do what I do now. I just have to beat the guy every morning that I'm trying to beat, right? I have to be the person I know I can be. That's working hard, make sure I'm eating right, make sure I'm making the right decisions, putting the right people around me, the energy. I'm a flower right now, I'm blooming, I'm a tree growing up, and I have to make sure that my environment is important. So do I have what it takes? Of course I do. There's a lot of guys that have what it takes out there. But like a lot of people, a lot of my mentors say, many are called but few are chosen. And so for me, I have what it takes. I'm going to put in the effort to take there. And I'll go through whatever I have to go through to get there. This isn't a sprint. This is a marathon. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Like, this isn't a one-lap race. This is a continual effort each and every day, right? This isn't, and anybody who fights and knows this, like, you got to get in that gym every day. Do this every day. Wake up every day. Fighting isn't a one-time habit. It's a lifestyle. You know, my coach Billy Dowie always says that this isn't, you know, you just can't go doing practice one week and the next week you mess up. Excuse me, this is a lifestyle. So you choose to live your life. You choose your career. And if the UFC matters, I'll get there. And I am. You know, I think I'll make a lot of surprises out of a lot of people. I'll make a lot of noise. But I got to let my fighting do the talking. But I'll do a bunch of talking. I'll do a bunch for sure. But do I have what it takes to get to the UFC? Without a doubt. Boom. Easy question. You check me out on Instagram at Too Strong Taylor. That's my Instagram. You can also check me out on Twitter at Too Strong D. You can also check out my website, tstnation.com. Come check me out. If you don't know anything about me, come check me out and see that story and get to know exactly who I am as a person inside and out. You can also check me out on YouTube at Too Strong Taylor. I do train out of Forge Fitness in Raleigh, North Carolina. So if you guys want to ever come train with me or come check me out and see me train, that's where I train at. Catch me everywhere you can. I mean, I'm always posting around the city. All my sponsors, Billionaires Barbershop, tons of shops. I'm always there. You'll see my information out there. You'll see posters and things around the city. Any way you can find me, I'll try to get to you. I'll try to get to you before you can probably get to me. But the best ways to find me are going to be at Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and my website, as well as my Facebook like page. Go ahead and like my page on there. It's Too Strong Taylor. Let's see. Anywhere else? Look for my restaurants. I have a Hawaiian restaurant called Aloha Hawaiian Barbecue, or just Aloha Barbecue for short. And I have a meal prep company. It's called Impact Meals. You can find those as well on Instagram. Like pages, same ordeals. You can find me through there. And I'm a very, very open guy. Like, I don't run from anybody. I was put on this planet for a reason. So try to connect with me as much as you want. If you guys have ideas, if there's things you guys want me to be a part of. I love the kids. I think the kids are the future. They're the seeds. They're the ones that make us and break us in the future. So you'll see me get a lot involved with a lot of kids, charities, and cancer, especially kids with cancer. Man, that touches my heart. So yeah, that's how you can get in touch with me. Heck yeah. First, I just want to give a shout out to my coach, Billy Dowie, John Allen, or AKA we call him Country, and Ted Liner, and my gym, Forge Fitness. Thank you guys for believing in me. Thank you for doing all that you guys do. Without you guys, I wouldn't be the person that I am today, especially the martial artist that I am today. I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors, Billionaires Barbershop and my family there. SureFizz, thank you for all that you guys do. Shazil, you guys are absolutely amazing. Let's see. T-Shirt Mania, Raleigh, go check him out. Awesome guy. He does all my shorts. I do have some big plans and with some other sponsors, but for sure, thank you to all my sponsors for all you guys do, and my family and my friends and my fans. Like everyone out there, whether you like me or not, thank you for giving me the energy. Thank you for giving me your attention. I'll try to change your life, or if not, impact it in one way or another. I appreciate all of you guys, but most of all, my family. My mom, my dad, my wife's parents. They're my mom and my dad. Livingston Palala and Rebecca Palala. I love you guys with all my heart. My little brothers and sisters over there. We're gonna take this to the top, and I promise I'll do everything that I promised. You know, I'll come through. I love all you guys, my family in Hawaii, my whole city, Waimanalo. I'm trying to do it big for us. Everybody out there. My Raleigh, North Carolina family, my Hawaiian family, like Kai Carlos. Thank you guys. Auntie Cat, I love you. AKA K-Dog. Just everybody, man. I am who I am because of all of you. Especially my boy Gene Kim Productions. If you don't know who Gene Kim is, you're slipping. Okay? Check him out on Instagram. Find him on his website as well. I'm not sure if he has a Twitter, but if he does, he probably is going to make one after this. But check my boy Gene, man. Shout out to you for doing all that you do for me, man. Without your camera working what you do, man, I swear a lot of people wouldn't have what they have. So I think you're very underrated, and I think people underappreciate you. So for me, brother, I love you. I appreciate you. And my boy Gianni. Check out Gianni. Dopest rapper in Raleigh, North Carolina, period to me. Just creative genius, you know. Yeah. Shout out's gonna get crazy if I keep going, but yeah, my whole short family, my whole everybody. If I miss you, I love you. I'm just shooting off the top of my head right now, but I love everybody. This will be more videos to come, more opportunities to make shout outs. All you kids out there that's fighting cancer, keep fighting. If anybody don't support you, I do. TST supports you. TST is for you and will always be for you. If you want me to come see you at your hospital, come tear it up one time. If you want me to come to your school, come eat food with you, whatever you want me to come to your classroom, call me and I'm there. So, yeah, that's about it, man. TST Nation, come check me out. We got a bunch of dope things coming. Come check me out. If you guys haven't already, I got a fight September 28th in Greenville, North Carolina at the Convention Center. Come see me put in some work and put on an absolute show. If anything I do, I'm going to put on a show. So come join the TSC Nation. Let's rock the house.